Hi guys, this is Cyborg Matt here at the Columbus Convention Center for MLG Columbus. I'm joined here by Ben Merlini Wu. He's one of the primary casters here at the main event and also works for Beyond the Summit. Now Ben, how's your experience been so far at this being the first MLG event for Dota 2?
It's just been so exciting. A lot of upsets, a lot of favorites just going down. Alliance and Na'Vi are playing right now, and one of them probably aren't going to make it to the playoffs, and nobody could predict that.
Yeah, I mean, we are literally in that position right now. The game is starting just behind us, and it's pretty much as Ben said, anyone who loses that match today may not even get through. And even then, the winner may not make it, so a real huge upset on the table, and it's been across the board. I mean, across all the games so far, what would you say has been the biggest upsets?
I think Alliance losing out to DK in like the very first stage match just set the tone for MLG completely. Alliance had just 2-0 DK in Nexon in Korea just like around a week ago, and nobody had these sort of expectations coming in for DK, and they were like, oh, they have a lot of talent, they have a lot of individual skill, but it really hasn't amounted to anything until now. And DK just the team to beat right now, the only team that's undefeated.
Yeah, and this is on 6.79 Dota, which DK have not had a good track record on. So coming in here, not losing a single game, taking down names like Alliance, Team Liquid, all of these favorites, and Na'Vi, it's really surprising. As Ben said, no one could predict that. Now, in terms of just MLG itself and another LAN over here in North America, we have the international over here, but besides that, we don't really have any LAN tournaments over here of this kind of scale. Have you just been really surprised and impressed by MLG so far?
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I guess the other big LAN events that besides TI3 is DreamHack, and it's like kind of getting there to like the American DreamHack, although DreamHack is twice a year, but the venue's really nice. The crowd is really supportive too, although I did hear that Alliance was receiving some hate, but other than that, everything has been excellent actually. I really like the venue.
And in terms of working with MLG, have you enjoyed that yourself personally?
Yes, one of the guys, Adam Contini, he's just really easy to work with. He's the production guy that talks in our ears and lets us know what we need to do, and everything has just been really smooth. They've been very accommodative. Yeah,
and with all the BTS crew here, and you've all been rotating out, are you feel like you've got enough energy going into every game now, where you've got a pretty nice schedule? I know you've got is it 2 more games left today to cast?
Yes, that is correct. And it's a lot nicer because when I was at Full Sail for another MLG event just around a month ago, I had to do like a 12-hour cast with gods, and now we have 4 people, 2 people rotating in and out as casters, and then sometimes you sit on the analyst couch too, and it's just a lot less stress for us, and I can actually take some time, do some interviews, relax, and enjoy the games, and that's something I can't do sometimes at other events.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot of the rest of the casters. It just actually frees up the time just to hang around with fans and take, in the venue and the whole event. So that's really good to see. Now, in terms of casting up on the stage, I don't know if we can see the casting booth behind us. How's it up there? That's pretty new, I imagine, for you, casting up on a scaffolding like that.
Yeah, they told us it was like a caster stand, and they said it was like a little bit different caster level, and we were just like, what are you guys talking about? I thought it was just going to be like a taped off area similar to how VLOD is casting, but yeah, it's on its own other level, and I mean, I'm just surprised at the amount of production and amount of effort that MLG has taken in producing Columbus. And you can tell that they are definitely experienced. The Call of Duty scene is set up pretty nicely, and they've hosted many, many events.
With you guys being up there on the platform, do you feel the crowd behind you? Do you get the energy off them when you're casting?
Yeah, of course. The camera's right in front of us, and behind us is the large backdrop where the projection screen where the game is going on. And you can see the crowd. You can see a little bit of the crowd, and you can definitely hear the energy.
That's really good to hear. I mean, that's one thing that, at some LAN events you don't get to feel that. You're sometimes pushed away in the corner or just not on center stage. And, as a caster, I don't think that's, you deserve to be in the limelight, basically. Now, pre-MLG Columbus, did you have a 1-2-3 prediction coming into here?
Yes, Alliance, Na'Vi, and then I didn't think DK was even going to make top 3. I thought it would be Fnatic or Liquid, depending on how Fnatic performs on LAN. But now it looks like my predictions are completely wrong. DK likely to end up first, at least first coming out into the playoffs, and then Alliance or Na'Vi is only going to be one of them. I think it's going to be Na'Vi. I don't know. It's difficult to predict.
It's very hard. It's been such an unpredictable day, and there's so much, so much left in the day. It's really hard to say right now. Now, one of the things you've been recently doing on your YouTube channel is almost like a betting guide, like for players who like to bet their rares. How's that been going for you? Has that been successful?
It's really surprising, actually. I think I'm on like my 11th or 12th episode, and I was doing really well up until I started making the video. And then I made the predictions, and then like the odds changed a little bit, but I've just been completely wrong. I probably lost like 50 rares or so since then, and I mean, it's just been a really bad streak, but that's how it happens sometimes. I'm very used to up and downs. It's like, I wouldn't say it's like similar to my previous job of trading, but you know, you're always trying to find the right side of edge, and predicting underdogs is always a difficult challenge. Teams like Sigma and Speed, like Speed just looked terrible yesterday, but today they beat out Na'Vi, and they're favorites going into a lot of these matches.
Yeah, Speed was a team that had a lot of delays. We did speak to Sing Sing earlier on, who said he had about 35 hours worth of travel, with about 5 hours worth of sleep going into game one. He definitely felt tired and was really struggling, and seemed a lot more confident today. I mean, if you take out Na'Vi and both teams had a pretty strong draft, I think that'll boost your confidence anyway. Now, have you actually been betting rares whilst here at MLG? Have you had time to do that?
I try. I don't have a laptop on hand, but luckily Dota 2 Lounge does put like 12 or so matches of them, but it's been flooded. I don't even know if they have enough capacity on the bots to handle this kind of traffic.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot, and the bots do tend to get clogged up. I mean, in terms of your videos, do you think they've been actually influencing the odds into a team's favor?
Very slightly. It's more noticeable for like huge underdogs like Alliance versus Fnatic. Odds were like 80-20. It definitely shouldn't be like that. Fnatic just beat out Alliance a few days ago, so something like that is relatively easy to predict, and Pretty Boy Swag, like people call it like YOLO bets, and those usually don't work out, not for Pretty Boy Swag at least. Yeah. But I mean, if anything, just a few percentage points. Like if there's usually like 30,000 people, 30,000 bets that are placed, and some of them are on rares and commons and uncommons. So of that, like not that many are rares.
That's a lot of bloody rares. Speaking of Alliance, this morning they lost to Team Liquid and Fnatic in 2 games back to back. What do you think is going wrong there for the moment? Are they struggling with the reactions from the crowd yesterday? Is it getting to them? Like,
I think more than anything else is they're getting a little bit complacent, and I think that Will Blitz, who's really close to them, he was talking about how sometimes they don't really like study the opponent that much. They just like go into the game and go into the draft and react to each individual pick, as opposed to playing versus a team. And as opposed to their opponents, everyone knows how Alliance likes to play. They like to give Bulldog a Bulldog hero. They like to farm a lot with Loda, and then just play their like split push kind of rat Dota game. And it's just been exploited to the maximum by every one of the good teams.
Yeah, speaking of watching replays and practicing, I've actually seen with the setup behind us, this is where the Stream 2 and Stream 3 games are played. You can actually see the teams before they start the match, like half an hour. So they're watching replays all throughout the day. I noticed Team Liquid, they're very thorough. Speed Gaming as well, sitting down, making sure they get the whole team behind them. They're talking about the replay, analyzing the picks and everything. And if a team like Alliance, I mean, yeah, they won TI3, but if they stop doing that and they take an almost cocky attitude to it, do you think that's what's been costing them then, basically?
Yeah, we see a lot of top tier teams. They're like, oh, we won TI3, we're the best in the world right now. Not they're like big-headed. They just want to take a step back and relax. And they took a month off. I think Loda went to Singapore and whatnot, and they're happy. They're very happy with their results, and they deserve some time off. But at the same time, everyone else is like, crap, we didn't perform as well as we expected. There's a lot of roster reshuffles, and they really want to get a bit of that prize money.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that shined at TI3 this year, with all the Western teams playing almost on a daily basis, or at least guaranteed to play every weekend, where the Eastern scene, they got very limited play, like with the ACE organization over there limiting on how much they can actually play and how many tournaments they can take part in. We did see that take effect at TI3 and hurt the teams. BTS cast a lot of Eastern Dota. Do you think Eastern Dota is getting back to a stage where they were, say, around TI2, or are they still kind of struggling?
I think they're definitely getting back where they were at TI2. We see LGD China, DK, and IG, top 3 teams in the East right now, just trading blows with a lot of the Western teams. And I mean, especially like this, DK beating Alliance and Na'Vi in a best of 1. Yeah, but they beat them very convincingly in both of those games. So I say that TI4 is going to be a hell of a match.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of Team DK, if they actually go ahead and just take everything and win MLG, I think that's going to be a fantastic storyline here. And I'm really looking forward to see how that turns out. Now, finally, before I let you go, Merlini, do you want to plug your channel? I know you have a really big YouTube channel and Twitter following that, you're like teaching You make tutorial videos that help the intermediate players, like the next level. You go pretty in depth on your analysis, and you got your weekly mailbag, and obviously your betting videos. Do you want to plug your channel?
Yeah, you can follow my YouTube channel at youtube.com/MerliniDota. I release daily videos actually regarding mad rares with Merlini, trying to model that after Jim Cramer, but it hasn't been going so well. Also, you can follow my personal stream at twitch.tv/MerliniDota. Thank you very much, Cyborg Matt. It's a pleasure seeing you here.
Yeah. Thanks, Merlini. And we'll be covering MLG Columbus all throughout the weekend, so make sure you stick with us. Thanks, guys.